Always recording.
I want to get
ABR.
I want to get a press record, or I guess whatever you see on these figures, press record. Welcome. This is a pilot for the rebooting of the Tattoo Weekly. Hopefully, we'll have Lauren and or Fawn join us. It's a different day and time though, so who knows? Um, I'm here with Ryan from Better Tattooing. He's Ryan the Tattoo Science. What's your IG?
Tattoo science, Ryan. I'm the science guy.
Bam.
Yeah.
And then I'm from TattooNOW, a computer geek that could bring my expertise in the tattoo world or whatever world you're in to you. I'm open for work. Boom. Let's do some content. Bam. That was my quick
Beautiful.
plug. That's why we're doing these, right? And
uh,
Ryan, you have a brand new shop out in Portland.
yeah. Yeah, we're doing good. It's fun. It's
What?
like 86 degrees in here because it's a 110-year-old building. So I come in early to turn on the AC and get the windows open because, we're on
You almost
30
slipped
amps for the
there.
whole
You said
shop.
the AIC, I
Oh,
think.
there we go. I
Oh,
wish I
and
had that.
name
I
the
can do it
studio.
from
How do people
home.
find it?
It's Upsure Tattoo Company or UTC. It's in Portland. You just type it into
Awesome.
Google. Yeah. I
Fantastic.
don't need a plug. I just like talking about bullshit.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
let's talk bullshit, right? We decided on the we're trying to think about the formats and what was what we could do to add to the situation, and we're both so personable and funny that we figured talking about the tattoo news would be a good thing. And we had
Yeah.
the Tattoo Weekly going every Mondays for a while, and then we're like, well, wait a minute, why don't we kind of try to bring this back? So, and that
Should I do my announcer voice the entire time too, or is this fine? I can be like, now in. I
haha,
can like read it.
that's up to you, and it depends on it's 2025, and we're not supposed to be doing radio voice anymore.
Especially people could see our faces. If
Yeah,
they see in my
or
mug, it's just
or,
like,
nice. Or at least
yeah.
according to the a voice actor I know, the radio voice is overdone. So
Oh, there we go.
here we go. We've got scannable. So this is AOL woman tattoo scannable Red Bull
Welcome
barcode on a
back,
forearm.
1995. Here we go. If
But
we get another article and it's from CompuServe, I think I'm out.
awesome. Do you remember? I mean, obviously, anybody of a certain age remembers getting all the DVDs or CDs.
CDs, yeah, delivered in the
Uh,
mail. Oh my gosh,
so
so
this
fun.
is kind of fun. I mean, some of these funny tattoos are interesting. Now she's revealing it's not actually her favorite drink, which is pretty silly.
Someone gets a barcode for Red Bull with a worm on them. There has to be more of a story to it. But this makes me think about the dude who got the Golden Palace Casino on his forehead for $1 million back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. There's
I'm
a
wondering
fair
if it's
amount of
just product placement or something, you know.
well, if
Uh,
people do a search and really care, it's oh, is this buying her? She shared a video of herself buying a Red Bull. Yeah, right. So this is
I
oh,
wonder if this was for medical, like medical debt, right? Like, 'cause this is the US. It's like I know a good way I can make a couple bucks, and I don't want to be pejorative to people with the fucking Kentucky drawl, of course. Like I love people in Kentucky, but that's what we use societally to explain people maybe who aren't thinking the fastest. And like, why would you do this? I mean, like right now, it's going to be doing this stuff. 96 years old, this person makes. Maybe they're drinking Red Bulls. They're not going to make it that long, but what's it going to be scanning then? Well, we'll even have UPCs at that point in time, but that's just
yeah.
silly. I do
But
like the worm though. I like the worm. I
it's not
think
a poorly
that's
done tattoo.
no,
Let's
it looks good. Yeah. Someone knew what they were doing. I think they may have done it a few times before, you know?
lines, but yeah. Well, uh, I'm all down for like kind of like multimedia kind of stuff. Like I guess there's like QR codes and stuff. And again, they kind of like the skin is gonna age, so eventually it won't work, right?
Yeah.
The Q in this case, this isn't going to work out as soon as they just change the skewer or whatever, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
any event,
Oh, that's fair. How about this? If you plan on doing this in the future from a scientific point of view, we'll just say psychologically, do it with something you actually enjoy. Like, how about, tickets to Disneyland or your favorite flight abroad? You know what I
I guess
mean?
they
Maybe
must
you
have.
get
We didn't.
you get your boarding pass tattooed on your friggin' arm or some shit. I don't know. That time that you went to Mykonos and got wild.
Look, they were like, I had to. She was working retail and had to strategically place the tattoo so she wouldn't accidentally scan it when ringing up customers.
Oh my God. Yeah, she's a scanner. Oh my goodness. Well, that also has different connotations for people who are our age, right? Scanners was a great movie back in the day where people's heads explode, and that's about how I feel with this tattoo.
Yeah, right.
Fun.
Okay. So sticking with our kind of kitschy headlines to start off with, we've got
Mm.
went from AOL to Medscape, skin is not canvas, deadly sun tattoo craze.
Yeah, this is a
Deadly.
bounce back, man. This is something that came up before, and this is like when we used to tattoo buttholes black, you black out a butthole, where it's some internet thing. I don't know why, but like there's a tinfoil hat version of me that thinks that this is all part of Johnson and Johnson's plan to take over the world, right? We need you to go and get skin cancer for our drugs, and if you are violently against it, you'll use our products to protect against skin cancer. It's a
One way or
weird way of
another.
doing this. Yeah. So to
So
state this in
explain.
the
Can you explain it a little bit? What's going on here with
yeah, so what
sun
people are doing is
tattoos?
they're applying fabric or sunblock to selected parts of their body. They're going out and getting a sunburn. And so the parts that have been covered with the, sunblock or with the clothing are making patterns in their body, and it's like a temporary tattoo. Some people reported off of this as well, have gotten like serious burns. Like they fell asleep with the stuff out in the sun, UV index is maxed out, and they've got like second and third degree burns from the sun.
Oof.
So then they end up with scarring inside the skin as well, which is not good. I mean, you should not do this. And regardless your skin tone, you should always wear sunblock outside, climate change and all that stuff. But everyone can burn. And trying to burn to make a temporary tattoo is just go buy a Sharpie. How's
It's
that?
almost like you should be doing the exact opposite. Like get a tattoo and then put the sunscreen on it, right? Like sometimes
Yeah.
I've known people they'll I mean not with sleeves. Well, sleeves you just use sunscreen or
Yeah,
cover
just
up. The
goober it
sun
on. Yeah.
it is the enemy. But like before when I had single tattoos, you could sunscreen up just the single tattoo. The rest of your
Yeah.
skin darkens up a little bit as you're out and about, but the
Yeah.
tattoo retains its brightness. But I
Yeah,
guess the
grab a
only other
Q-tip,
question is,
right?
or I might have, is there like sunscreen? Isn't that like just putting poison on your skin, or is that actually
No, it's
safe?
not. Depending on how you use it. So when you apply sunscreen, depending on the actual base of the product, if it's going to be a titanium dioxide base, titanium oxide base, and if it's going to be a zinc oxide base, you have to put them on differently. Like the amount of time that you have to have those products set and absorb into your skin before you go off changes. So you should always read the label. But on average, it's apply it, wait 30 to 45 minutes before you go out in the sun. If you don't, it doesn't really do anything. It'll either evaporate off, slough off, or whatever. The science behind how this stuff works is actually really, really interesting, but we don't need to get into that. But yeah, if you're gonna go out, you want to do a temporary tattoo, get a Sharpie. Don't do sunburns. It's just dumb. I mean, like
Yeah.
this is like if I was at a party and somebody's like, "Want to see my tattoo?" and they pulled it up and they showed this sunburn that's like that, I would, want to slap them, but I would
Yes.
not. I would just look at them like I should
That's because you're
slap
not
you, and I would
28.
ignore them. Oh, yeah, well, too. So true. I got enough gray
Okay.
now to not be an idiot, right? Yeah.
Right. Nice. Okay. So the next headline we have up is possibly just as shocking, but this one from the New York Post. We're really picking the sources today, but this is in the weird but true section, and
Weird
I
but
heard about this
true.
a little bit from I think there's a company in. Oh wait, so the headline is. Widow has late husband's tattoo cut from his corpse. Ooh, wow, they got to really go for it. And framed as cool in quotes tribute. It does so much more than a picture. It's amazing when I was first hearing about this type of thing where the tattoos are getting removed from the body. I was thinking it in the context of like real collectors, right? Of
Yep.
Guy Aitchison tattoos or Philip Liu tattoos. Like, and in some ways that could make that artwork actually worth as much as what's on the wall, right? You could sell paintings on the walls for hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Um,
Yeah.
that would take that tattoo and potentially get it into a museum, as a you know a different piece of art afterwards. But it's funny how
Yeah.
they just treat it with complete disrespect. The widow's
Yeah,
husband's
100%.
corpse framed as, and then a
Look at
cool
this
in
dummy.
quotes.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
it's because it's also like NYP, right? So it's the Post, and it's a fucking Steelers tattoo. So of course they're gonna drag someone for, a sporting thing.
there we go. It's they could take
Yeah.
it, right?
They can take it. Yeah. So this stuff, I first heard about this. I mean, past the Japanese bodysuits that have been preserved, forever that did that traveling thing. There was
Sure.
a dude named Chris Wenzel who owned a shop up in Saskatchewan, Canada, a number of years back, who had passed away just suddenly. He was like 40 or something, right?
Mm.
And he had crazy amount of tattoos on his body, really awesome collector work, like what you were thinking was going to happen. And his wife had paid to have his skin removed and preserved, and then they went around showing his tattoos. Um, and it was really neat. Now the company that did it, when we started talking about this earlier, I found the company that did it, and I wanted to see because like you got to think of bodysuits, 100K, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. So depending on the work that you're getting, right? There's a company out there called Save My Ink Forever. Plug, plug, plug. I don't know them. They might be good. They might not be. But I checked out their pricing schema here. And so for individual tattoos, they're starting around $1,700 to be preserved. So that maybe is with that Steelers tattoo that was worth about 1,700 bucks. For a full body suit, 80 to $100,000.
Oh.
Which I mean, you know,
So the way that I've heard
about what you
this
put into it.
happening is people will work this into their life insurance.
Yeah. They just peel
So
it like that's I guess if you got, no kids, which is kind of the more normal thing that's happening nowadays as well, and you really invested all this stuff and you want your legacy to be your skin,
you know,
send it.
or your kids
Would I
want
go
this.
see it? Your kids want if my kids wanted my skin, they better have a six-figure job. I'm not paying for that.
Nice.
There's no
Yeah.
way. I'd rather buy a Maserati, you know what I mean? And I don't want a Maserati. I just like don't have my skin around. It's dust. It's colored dust that you have cured and saved. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's my
No,
opinion. It's
these
probably
there's
wrong.
a group that also heads down to the Richmond Tattoo Convention. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's these guys or someone else, but
It's just wild. Yeah, the trade shows. There you go. Oh gosh. Sorry. I just seen Ryan Ashley pop up and I was like, ugh, never met
where
her.
she's
Not a
up
fan.
here.
No, I went to the trade shows aspect. You got to cut that one out. Or leave it in that asking me to cut it out. I don't want the Ryan Ashley mafia after me and shit,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm
Oh
just a
boy.
lowly science guy. I don't need to fucking whatever. It's just
Ooh, if she's got good
uh,
tattoos though. I wonder if they're gonna skin her.
uh, you sounded like Hannibal Lecter there for a second. That was fantastic.
Oops. Um,
Uh,
but okay,
dude.
so
Yeah.
well, that's
Anyways.
interesting. Well, let us know in the comments whether you would want to have any of your friends or families skins with you after you're
Yeah.
checked out.
How much do you think it's worth to save your skin? What's the price point of this? Do we need to open up this market and have a couple people get in there to try and like levy this up so that we can, maybe have discount skinning available? Like we'll take it, we'll cure it, we'll string you up outside.
Oh,
We got a dude in Montana, right? But we won't frame it.
you know,
Six grand.
when you were mentioning Japan, there's a somewhere online people could search it. There's a story. Have you ever heard Ed Hardy talking about taking a skin?
No.
Yeah,
What's
so he was
this?
like talking about he did a journey over to Japan, and part of his spot there was taking a skin off of a dead body, and I don't remember. I mean, what I remember about the story is he was like, I wasn't expecting it to be so difficult, and I think what the description he uses, it was like a soppy wet sweater or something to that effect. It was just like,
Oh, that's
oh
fantastic.
man.
Wow.
But so
Oh
yeah,
my
if you could
goodness.
find it, do a search. I don't know how you would find it, Ed Hardy, and you just have to listen to all the interviews, I guess.
Yeah. Oh
But
my goodness. I don't.
uh, okay. Well, speaking of
It's too much alliteration that goes into that. I got to think about just like a wet sponge being dropped on a counter. Just you know what I mean? Like, ugh, I don't
it
like
was
it.
very like
Anyways,
whatever he was saying, it was very tactile, and
yeah, yeah. Oh,
it was just
that's
like,
great.
oh, rough. But
Uh,
that's how you get a skin off a body, right?
uh,
So speaking of museums and such, we've got a couple
uh,
of tattoos or invading a couple of museums.
hmm.
This one here, we got the news flash. Tattoo the Human Canvas is happening September 14th on Long Island, right? So this is Long Island Museum of American Art and History, and it looks pretty cool. Um, how did I? Oh, we went to the museum. I don't know. It's definitely worth checking out though. And if you're on Long Island, yeah, you have no excuse, or New York City or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Let me just see. We'll have a little break here. Uh, oh no, there's a lot of things that use the exact same fucking. Excuse me. Um, LLC name there. Yeah.
Silver Fox.
The history
Um,
of tattooing on what LL and the influences of fine art. Is that LL or
yeah,
LI?
LI, Long Island.
Oh, Long Island. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, that's cool. And I like how they've got the fucking Muka with all of the rad ass tattoos that are on there.
And
Super great.
not generated by AI, these tattoos.
Oh, no kidding.
They all look like they actually make sense, or at least I would either that or it's some seriously good prompting because all of these little details actually make sense.
Yeah,
They
that's cool. Yeah, that we had this one, and then there was the one in Flint. Like, if I had a choice, I'm not trying to be pejorative towards Flint. I'd rather go to the fucking Long Island one. That's just
yeah,
me,
well, the
you know.
it looked like it was pretty good here too. And if you're in uh
Yeah.
Michigan already, right? So this is if you do a search for on YouTube for Focus on 5 MI, um, yeah, it looks like this is a pretty nice. This is pretty big, and it looks like there's like a full exhibits. And you were talking about hitting up some of the Leo's Ludo. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce.
Yeah.
Hey, that's some guy piece. Another guy piece.
Leo Zuleta. Yeah, if you're a Youper, if you're up in the Upper Peninsula and you're looking for something to do today, head on down to Flint and check out some really cool stuff hung on the walls down there. Anyone who gets the Midwest reference will have a laugh if they're listening to this. Anyone who is not, they have no idea what I'm talking about.
I'm, yeah, but awesome. Well,
But
let's
bum.
get a little bit more serious. We're going to close it out today. A little more serious.
Yeah.
Sounds like this is one of the news headline that you found.
Yeah. So yeah, Korea's moving closer to legalizing non-medical tattooing after a 33-year ban. This is pretty neat, right? So there's a cultural shift in the region, the Eastern Asian region, towards having more general acceptance towards tattooing and seeing it as an art form, which is kind of mirroring some of the social movements that we had seen during the 80s, 90s, early aughts out here before it became, like really mainstream. And they're doing this through collective bargaining. They're like creating a union. They're trying to create like a standardized form of education, and
See,
they're making it appear more legitimate, which is fantastic. The bans in these areas were put forth because of national health insurance, right? Like social insurance on this stuff. You have single payer. And when you have countries that act like this, they're trying to be preventative. So anytime that there's something that isn't known, or if there's a potential of it causing harm, it's smart for countries like this and culturally for like this to think ahead for what it's going to cost the future generations. I mean, you start thinking like in the United States, we don't think about this. We're like, you lost a thumb, pay 70 grand, maybe you can get it back on. So what they had done is, there's cultures attached to it that was underground. It was, bad, evil gangster stuff like this. So to cut two things at once, they ban it. They make it so you have to be a doctor so that you can do any of this stuff. But putting those regulations, you have to have a certain, qualia of within you to understand medical procedures and health and all this stuff. And if you don't have it, then it's illegal to apply it. So it doesn't fully ban these things, but it also helps limit the general access to the public so that we can start seeing the people who are bad doing it. At the same time, it pushes things further underground. And as we become more interconnected as, a world with social media, which is, in my opinion, it's great for that. Everything else about it's garbage. It's like the internet, we 70% of it's porn or whatever. We could do so much more with the internet, but we just look at naked bikes. No problem with porn either, but just, back to tattooing. um, when they do all this stuff and they start segmenting it down and they're removing the ability of people to have free expression side of it gets pushed underground, a lot of things are lost along the way. And so it becomes naturally less safe to do this, which further justifies their reasoning for creating this ban in the first place. And now with all the interconnectivity that's going on, there's a potential boon for, profitability off this. And anytime that, people can see money coming into this, as well as a group of people who are willing to work to make it opens up places where they could potentially profit off this. And this is what's happening here. I mean, it happened in Japan just a couple of years ago. There still is the societal issues that are attached to it, which, may take generations to unwind if they ever do. But on an economic sense, it's a benefit, right? Japan had
sure.
done the same thing, but I think it was more based towards they needed to bolster their military force. And if you had tattoos, you weren't allowed in. And, a lot
Uh,
of the young people may have even been abusing the tattoo ban to avoid service or enlistment, right? So there's just like this ebb and flow of things that are going on. But I think this is great, you know. I don't think that you need a medical license to produce tattooing. It's like you don't need a medical license to be, or be a doctor to take blood. I'd prefer to have a nurse take my blood, right? Unless the doctor is just a doctor of tattooing, which there isn't any. I know because I'm trying to do it. Um, you know what I mean? Then it should be left to people who have at least more physical experience, even if they don't know enough about what they're doing. They can intuit enough to know what's safe.
Yeah, you know, in
There's my
the
ramble for the day.
yeah, yeah, no, it's awesome.
Uh,
It is great, obviously, to see the shifts.
yeah,
I have a couple of tattooers that we were doing some publicity for from South Korea that were sick, and yeah, it's just amazing that um, yeah, in 2025 that there are still places where tattooing is illegal. Or, to your point, it's banned unless you're a doctor, which for all intents and purposes, uh, you know, keeps to your point
yeah.
underground, and underground inherently is less safe.
Yeah, and
But
you think about Korea as like a culture as well. Like I think that they're number one for cosmetic surgeries. And don't quote me, I don't know the stats. Maybe we can look it up. But they have all of these body modification things that they're already doing that are culturally accepted and tattoos aren't. It just seems weird. You know, I don't understand the culture either. It's just like, you know, from a somewhat progressive West Coast American, lens.
right,
But
right,
uh, it just seems weird to me that they'll allow you to go there and shave your jaw, shave your cheeks, do what you can to fit this specific idea of what beauty is. But when it's contrasted by something else, maybe that's the societal thing. It's like you're supposed to always look like this. We don't want to look at stuff like this. And now these people are like, yeah, but we think it's pretty.
right.
And maybe
Yep.
that's changing
It's
it.
hard to stop.
Yeah.
And again, look at the some of the this is a Goatee underscore tattoo. A lot of these folks are actually in America now.
Uh,
Um,
they're just savage, dude. It's like that whole section of the world is just blown us out of the water. They do everything better than we do. They're amazing artists. They're great to the skin. Like, once they had a little bit of knowledge dumped into it, people going over uh and informing, teaching, doing this stuff, trying to organize them, their work just exploded. It's phenomenal, you
yeah,
know.
this is a Doc Hoth. Oh, I can't. Doc Hothwa, DOKHWA, and
It's just, yeah, rad stuff. I mean, like, on a science side, these tattoos are, they're not going to hold up well. The pigments that they're using in bases are going to age at three different rates just because of their natural aggregation of how they're in the skin, especially with them being put in so shallowly. Like the yellow and the reds are going to fade to
mhm,
different stuff. The phthalo greens are going to last longer. They're going to turn a little bit more green, and the gray shades are probably going to drop out. But I mean, the execution of the finished product is great. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Well, and do it 2 or 3 times so that you could it's one of the things that Baxter always does is or a lot of tattooers do, right? You get your second or third session in. And sometimes I always look, and again, I'm not a tattooer or a scientist, but I'm like, there's just no way that that could possibly stay unless that skin is the perfect,
Well,
pristine white skin that
I
never
gotta say,
sees the
well,
sun.
it's
It kind of
Asian,
looks.
don't raisin. That's what they say. It's fucking beautiful. And like, I mean, the other thing I have an issue with is their presentation online. There is a uniform skin type and tone that you'll see in most of that region's artists where they
Yeah,
modify the tattoo through editing to meet it. It looks like a white background when you go through. You can see everyone's skin tone is almost the exact same, and that's not how humanity works, regardless of society you're in. You know what I mean?
sure.
But still, I mean, artistically, this stuff is just it's wild. It's, as they say, banging.
Banging. It's
Is
a
that what they
fire.
say? A
Fire.
fire.
Yeah. It's not turnt.
It's it's lit. I
It's
don't
lit.
fucking know.
That's
Gen Z, if they're listening, are just gonna vomit blood. I love
like
that. They're gonna be like, ugh.
the
It's like my
boomers. No,
mom
we're not fucking
saying,
boomers. We're
"Oh,
fucking 20
fucking
years from
boomers,
boomer.
dude." Yeah, my dad was a boomer, and he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
But
I'm progressive. He still calls the gays. That's how progressive he
yeah.
is as a
Nice.
boomer.
Oh, speaking of, I was talking to some of the folks
Ugh.
about the queercation out in San Francisco. There's going to be in 2026,
Oh, cool.
for LGBTQ plus and allies, and yeah, yeah, we're putting that should be coming together. Well, there'll be more news
That's
about that.
fucking
Do you
great.
have any? Do you have any travel coming up or?
Next year, yeah, next year. This year is finishing up the shop.
Right.
Next year is going to be trying to get stuff out. We're building this educational stuff we're trying to do. We've got the federal thing that's going on. We've got a whole bunch, and I need a break. I've been talking to a couple of my buddies. I got Matt Hodel over at Ragtime. I'm gonna go do some
Oh,
shows with him. I got
awesome.
Clay Montgomery down in, Atomic. I'm gonna go do a couple shows with
Yeah.
him probably and just try to get out and
Oh,
get back on
Clay's
the road.
atomic tattoo.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I knew that he had, a large group of studios and artists, and I knew
Yeah.
Atomic Tattoo, but I never put that together.
Yeah, yeah. No, Clay's awesome, dude. Yeah,
Got
yeah.
it.
I
Okay.
just
Yeah, it
uh
makes a
I
lot more
just had a
sense.
long chat with him yesterday about some crazy stuff. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Sweet. Well, let's. I will plug the Tattoo Society World Expo. It's coming up in October. I think it's the 3rd to the 6th. I don't know. You got to go to tattoo societyworldexpo.com. Tony Romel's putting it together, and
Ooh,
the lineup is stellar. It's Tattoo Society magazine and Tony's. So, yeah.
fantastic. Oh, and saying that last thing, did you hear Tattoo Artist Magazine's coming back?
I did. Yes, there's a fellow over in
11 or
Europe
12
that picked it up.
years? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, they've been gone. You know what I mean? Just gone. And I'm so excited for that. And I don't even know
Give it
fanboying
right.
or
Do it
not,
right.
but
Get it right.
just oh my God, seriously, like
Yeah.
we need we need paper rather than the internet. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But
Oh
speaking of the
my
internet, you could
gosh.
catch these replays on tattoos.social. Download the app. Tattoos.social. It's like all the social about tattoos and none of the bullshit politics. I just get on Facebook. I just want to fight everybody now. Not everybody.
Yeah, I do
I'm
Reddit.
pretty siloed, but I've tried to keep a variety of people on my feed. But now I'm like, fuck that shit, man. I don't need to hear your crap.
No, I'd rather talk to people I know.
And
Not even getting more
tattoos. That's why.
cloistered. Yeah, and tattoos. Yeah,
Yep.
just
Uh,
it's
and then
fine. And if you,
last plug will be for
yeah.
reinventing the tattoo, and as another awesome online community and resource, we'll probably be broadcasting out on the reinventing channel. And Guy Aitchison's always set forth an awesome influence and a positive what do you call it, role modeling of
Guy's the fucking
inspiring
best.
people and
He's just the
yeah,
best.
absolutely.
Bada
So,
bang.
well, I guess we don't have to click off like, but anyways, that was our show. Thank you very much. Tune in next week.
Hey, thank you. And something.